Coach, before I ask you about practice, Antoine Randall has been back around working for the Big Ten Network and seen him out at some IU games this year. He made the Hall of Fame. Your recollections of Antoine as a player?
I was at Northwestern at the time, and we knew if we had any chance at that time, we had to score a bunch of points because they were going to. They're very unique on offense. He's a very competitive player. He's a young guy through his whole career. So, now that I'm on the inside, got to know him, I have even greater appreciation for him. He had a great pro career. But I know coaching his league going against him, they were going to score a bunch of points, and he was a difficult guy to deal with. He's one of the best in that era of the Big Ten.
Your thoughts on how your team has performed in practice this week and the bye week?
Decent. We had a lot of coaches as we wrap up Thursday day. We're actually out recruiting, and just three of us here with our young coaches. We full padded every day, not to beat our team up, but to keep working on some individual one-on-one blocking and getting off blocks from a physical standpoint. Working a fair amount of Northwestern as we prepare for their team and what they do in a combination of unique pass with good option. They're playing great defense, and they're always good kicking game. We're also still working some other opponents because you can do that. We're working young team. We took this morning, even came in and just looked at things we've done in first 3 games with some coaches on the road instead of having position meetings. Let's look at third downs and what we're making and what we're not. Let's look at red zone defense, and if we're not doing something good, what is it? So we can keep teaching, keep growing. So I think we've had a good week. Tomorrow morning we'll have the guys lift before we give them the weekend off.
Every week's important recruiting-wise, but how important is a bye week as far as reaching out to recruits and checking out games?
In this time too, with Facebook and email, all the juniors you can start reaching. So instead of all the extra hours of watching opponent, you've got a good start on Northwestern, but you're not fully vested there because you still have the weekend and next week coming up. So a little bit more of the office hour into recruiting, to contacting coaches, contacting recruits legally, evaluating prospects. And with what we've got with our guys out today and tomorrow, we'll be in 91 schools this weekend. So that's just a good opportunity to go out and see some guys. Some guys have committed, some guys we're working this year, and some 2014s we'll be working for next year.